The Lost Healing Technology of Lemuria, Pleiadian Light Forces Transmission, March 20, 2021. Channeled by Michael Love. A special message to the starseeds of New Earth, for immediate planetary broadcast. The Pleiadians often tell stories designed to bring you to higher levels of consciousness. This light transmission is encoded to trigger your ancient divine memories. The information in this data stream is derived from secret space program intel, from Earth Alliance data, and is channeled from the crystalline grid, AKASHIC records that contain a complete and accurate record of the history of planet Earth. There is a lot of information to process in this data stream, so listen to it twice if need be, to allow it to be integrated. Take some notes as you go, because the things you write down will be your DNA triggers. Begin transmission. Great one. The ancient Lemurians are the most advanced race that has ever existed on planet Earth. As direct descendants of the first, 12th dimensional, Lyran humanoids to settle on Earth millions of years ago, the Lemurians brought magnificent levels of healing knowledge to Earth, which is just now starting to be remembered. The Lemurians were the original human society on the planet, and they were primarily located where the Pleiadians originally landed, on the top of the highest mountain on Earth, on the largest island of Hawaii. This is where the elders say the original Lemurian canoes or crafts are buried, still today. Modern Hawaiian elders will tell you that Lemuria is the lineage of Hawaii, and they teach this is where humanity began. The Grand Lemurian civilization expanded to many other land masses on Earth as well, but no society gained the grandness of the main Lemurian island. The Lemurians had an advanced knowledge of physics, quantum physics, matter, light, sound, frequency, and healing. They possessed a multidimensional DNA that operated at 90% capacity, and at their peak, they achieved universal levels of consciousness. Before the days of the Great Deluge on Earth, the shining civilization of Lemuria went to great lengths to preserve their advanced knowledge for the future generations of Earth. Their universal Lemurian knowledge base was shared with the entire Lemurian population in those days, stored in the body cells of all, so it would be passed down genetically, and available to the descendants of the Lemurians. This extraterrestrial advanced information was written into ancient scrolls that have been guarded and passed down through the sacred Lemurian Brotherhood, and the 13th Mystery School to this very day. As a safeguard, this ancient knowledge was also coded and stored in incredible Lemurian seed crystals for future generations to decode. Though we say Lemurian technology, know that it is not technical in any way. It is all very natural and is just a much deeper understanding of the natural laws and systems of the universe. The Lemurians were primarily known for their advanced knowledge of healing using different energy modalities. The Temple of Rejuvenation, as it was known then, was a place of profound healing. The healing techniques used in these temples were kept secret, known only by a special group of Lemurians, who were able to use the Temple of Rejuvenation on a regular basis to greatly extend their lives. They were Lemurian royalty and the keeper of secrets. They outlived most of the other Lemurians by up to 3 times, but they needed to, since they were the ones with the original knowledge. This was their way of preserving the ancient ways in Lemuria and keeping the sacred information pure. Inside the grand healing temples of Lemuria were chambers that housed magnificent crystals. These huge crystals generated scalar waves that would completely heal and regenerate the human body in just a few minutes, and the DNA template of the person being healed would be completely recalibrated back to perfection. It is further recorded that by spending only 3 days in one of these temples, one would become biologically 3 years younger. If someone did this every 3 years, they could literally sustain a particular biological age almost indefinitely. What is interesting is, there was a table-like bed near the giant crystal in each chamber, and the person would simply lay on this Lemurian medical bed, under the exotic energy waves being emitted by the giant crystals, until their bodies were completely repaired and rejuvenated. Many starseeds will say, "I know I was there, but I wish I remembered how ancient crystal healing really worked, in a technical and advanced way." Well, you absolutely do remember this, and we are simply here to remind you of it. You are the direct descendants of these magnificent beings, and all of the ancient knowledge was encoded within the cells of your body. The Lemurians understood the multidimensional and electrical nature of crystals. They knew that crystals, primarily types of quartz, could receive energy, store it indefinitely, and transmit it back out again with no energy loss. The energy stored in the crystal could also be amplified by the crystal itself, to increase its power. Lemurian crystal scalar technology. The Lemurians were masters of frequency and resonance. They knew how scalar energy works and how to harness and direct its power for positive healing use. Scalar energy has many names: zero point, infinite energy, quantum field energy, dark matter, and scalar. All these terms refer to the same thing: the ability to cancel out a waveform by applying the equal and opposite of it. Advanced Pleiadian physics and technical teachings show that scalar energy is the same thing as the elusive tachyon energy. When healing technology, or any advanced technology, refers to tachyon energy or scalar energy, they are both referring to the same type of energy. One beautiful characteristic of scalar energy is that anything it comes in contact with is transmuted at once, to a more divine and perfected state of being. Some ancient teachings simply call scalar energy angelic energy. As you know, a force cancels itself out when there is an equal and opposite force. In this case we are talking about a frequency and its amplitude, or how strong it is. When we cancel out the 3D part of the waveform, it takes away the 3D energy but leaves the higher dimensional energy there, waiting for us to use it. The higher dimensional energy no longer has a purpose because we took away the 3D part of it, and if we don't contain this energy, it quickly dissipates in the surrounding field. This doesn't mean we cannot use it. On the contrary, we can store these special scalar waves in the matrices of crystals. The Lemurians knew that when they stored this scalar energy in crystals, they could direct this energy into their healing chambers and into the cells of the body, which would completely transmute the cells in a positive way into a higher level of performance. Scalar waves pass straight through an object in 3D because it is traveling at a higher dimension. However, when we pass the scalar information through a lower dimensional object such as a quartz crystal, that object then takes on part of the scalar transmission. So how was the scalar wave created to begin with so it could be stored later in the temple crystals for healing? And also, how was this scalar energy broadcast at high levels of power, out into the Lemurian healing chamber? Dear one, you will find as you continue to awaken to your ancient memories, that seemingly complex things are always very simple, very natural and easy to accomplish. Any form of external energy wave can be converted to a scalar wave, as long as the 3D part of the wave is cancelled out. While the Lemurians could have sent a pulsed UV laser or a collapsing magnetic field into the crystals of healing to create their scalar wave, they realized that thought and intention are some of the most powerful and measurable energy waves in the universe, which could be easily stored in their crystals. The highly conscious priests of Lemuria continually sent powerful healing intent energy directly into these giant temple crystals. The internal reflective, geometric lattice of a crystal automatically cancels out the 3D part of the incoming energy, converting it to a scalar wave. Using light as an example of the scalar energy, we can see how light will bounce back and forth within the facets, moving down the crystal as it goes. Because the light is being refracted, a certain percentage of the light will go out of phase to the original beam and cancel itself out. This is where the scalar or zero-point energy is generated, and because the cancellation is happening inside the sacred geometry of the crystal, it also stores the scalar wave inside the crystal. While crystals naturally broadcast their stored energy, the Lemurians gave this process a boost by cutting precise geometric shapes into the outside of the crystals in their healing temples, and like giant reflective mirrors or antennas, the temple crystals would broadcast the healing scalar waves out of these external facets with greater power, into the chamber and onto the healing bed. The giant crystal facets were cut using precise golden mean measurements to maximize scalar wave generation and refraction in the temples of rejuvenation and healing. It's important to note that the person being healed was also guided into a deep meditative, intentful healing state, while laying on the ancient Lemurian medbed. You recently stated your earnest healing request to the universe, and just as we said, the universe is preparing a way for your healing, even now. You will see when it is all said and done, you shall truly be healed. This is why you come to receive light, and dear one, you are ready now, to be fully healed. Just thinking about healing is a big part of the healing, and you are already headed in the right direction. Since you originally worked in the great healing temples of Lemuria, maybe you will become inspired to recreate your Lemurian healing chamber, by simply putting a few natural things together. Here is some helpful information that comes directly from your past. The type of energy that heals all biological life is scalar energy. All quartz crystals create scalar waves. Then you might ask, how do I produce the kind of power and results we achieved back in Lemuria? Here is how. First of all, the larger the crystal, the more powerful and effective the outputted scalar energy is for your healing. Also, the higher the grade of the quartz, the more powerful the scalar wave and the healing will be. Isn't it interesting that a large piece of high-grade quartz can cost thousands, even millions of dollars today? Here is some technical counsel directly from the Lemurian records. Use 5 or 10 smaller, high-grade pieces of quartz around your healing chamber. As long as the separate pieces are located close together, they will work together, in tandem, and output the same power as a larger crystal, of the same mass. Then someone asked, how do I create the intent energy of 10 chanting Lemurian monks, sending their combined and very high conscious healing energy into the crystals? Here is a solution. You could simply have a group of high vibrational starseeds assemble for 1 hour, focus and send this intent energy into your healing crystals. This can work from a distance, even over the internet, as long as the combined energy is focused to a specific location, person, or object. This is how long distance healing and Reiki works as well. Okay, I can manage all of that, but what about the precisely cut golden mean facets on the outside of the crystal, used for reflectivity, focus and amplification? I don't have a diamond saw or crystal laser, and I surely can't cut precise golden mean facets. Here is how to achieve this. The closest thing we have to the original Lemurian temple facet cuts today is the Vogel crystal. With that said, it is critical to use natural high-grade quartz crystals in your Lemurian healing chamber, and since it still would be difficult to facet them as a Vogel, simply place Vogels in between the natural quartz and the body of the person being healed. Quartz uses energy transference and will couple automatically to the Vogels, which will amplify and direct the scalar energy into your body with much greater power. Oh, by the way, we meant to mention, another name for the scalar wave is the Tesla wave. Scalar energy is the mystical and magical energy that Nikola Tesla is noted for. When he said energy from the ether, this is what he meant. The techniques of healing used in the Lemurian temples is called the Lahochi of the 13th octave, which was originally brought to Earth by the Pleiadians. The purpose of the Lahochi first and foremost is to heal hearts. This is the Lemurian way, and everything else follows from this. Great one. Members of the Earth Alliance and the Secret Space Program have been recently cleared to speak publicly about certain projects and certain exotic technologies. If you look closely, you will notice the level of this disclosure from insiders has increased by up to 100 times recently. This disclosure has been mandated by the ETs themselves and is certainly only directed through channels that specifically reach those who are ready to receive this information. With that said, here is a bit of disclosure just for you. Just as the ancient Lemurians created the first scalar energy healing and regenerative medical beds in their grand crystal healing temples, inside special projects groups have built a modern version of this healing bed, for use in the secret space program. The modern scalar energy medbed works on the same scalar wave principle, except it uses artificial intelligence, a quantum computer, a low-power laser system and an external electromagnetic field to generate the healing scalar wave. For extra functionality, the modern bed also employs a 10K CGI and holographic projection system and can even organically 3D print DNA from a personal DNA database. This super tech med bed can literally recreate missing organic body parts and connect them to the body in a matter of hours. There is also a DNA atomizer system built into this modern model that can recreate your entire body, if need be, in short order. Your consciousness is another matter, however, since consciousness is fluid-like, it can be moved from one body to another. Maybe we see now why it's good to keep certain things out of public view just a bit. It is also very important to consider safety and security when disclosing certain exotic technologies, and make sure things are used only in a way that benefits others. The technology for this modern med bed was derived from back-engineered ET technology, and some of it was given directly to these groups by the Lemurians themselves. The Lemurians are very alive and well, dwelling in marvelous high vibrational inner earth cities of light, right at this moment. Let's look a bit deeper into this incredible scalar energy. Scalar energy is energy waves that occupy the empty space between atoms throughout the universe. It is basically the energy that remains when all other sources of energy are removed. Some call it dark matter, which comprises 70% of the universe. Scalar waves are non-local frequencies, meaning that they don't move in a particular direction. In fact, they are everywhere at the same time. And they are not even bound by time and space. One example of something that transmits and receives this scalar energy is DNA. Scalar is the magic energy that entangles all matter regardless of space and time. Scalar waves are capable of passing through solid objects without any decrease in energy or loss of field strength, even lead, solid steel and solid rock. Scalar waves are capable of implanting or molding their positive signatures on solid objects, thereby transforming them and increasing the energetic structures of that object. Scalar waves, when applied to lower vibrational frequencies, neutralize the negative charge and allow that frequency to be changed into something more positive and different, instantly. Scalar waves appear to have a higher consciousness of their own to make those positive changes easily. They take their directions from your intentions, meaning they are programmable by your consciousness. This is super important. Scalar wave energy can regenerate and repair itself indefinitely. This is important, because when scalar waves are applied to the human body for healing, they also have the ability to regenerate and repair the human body at the same time without losing any energy. In other words, once the positive charges are implanted in the crystalline cells of the body, they can be kept going indefinitely. As we said, the modern term for scalar energy is simple Tesla energy or a Tesla wave. Tesla waves are the framework of quantum mechanics and non-Hertzian energy, without frequencies, or referred to as standing energy, cosmic waves, or zero-point energies. Tesla waves, or scalar waves, have been researched for decades on many different living organisms from plants to animals and now humans. Time and time again, scalar energy has proven to positively change living cells by increasing their ability to produce energy for the rest of the organism's body. In plants it is shown to drastically increase their ATP levels, adenosine triphosphate, the energy molecule of life, rejuvenating and extending its aging process. When these scalar wave frequencies fill and activate the crystalline structures in our bodies, they instantly begin to charge the cells with regenerative energy, and help the cells begin to repair themselves. Scalar waves are some of the most amazing energies we can work with since they operate in a higher dimensional space. These high-vibe energy waves can be created naturally or artificially. Scalar waves work best when coupled with intention and crystals, both of which were used in the temples of rejuvenation of ancient Lemuria. The main effect that scalar waves have on the human body system is they increase the voltage level of all cells until they reach the optimum functional level. A primary tenet of ancient Lemurian temple healing was to give optimum life force to the body by applying crystal waves. In modern scientific and electrical terms we would say, our primary healing goal is to give optimum voltage to a cell by applying scalar waves. Tesla energy or scalar waves have been shown to increase the energy level of every single cell in the body to the ideal -70 to -90 millivolt range. It is proven through modern science, over and over, that all sickness and disease is due to low cellular energy, or a low cellular voltage level. This biological fact was well understood by the Lemurians and was the primary foundation of their incredible healing ability. Now let's use some modern terms to remember more of our Lemurian knowledge. Instead of using the word voltage, let's use the term pH, which refers to the alkalinity of the blood. It's a measurable fact that all cancers occur at exactly +30 millivolts. The healing secret is in the pH of the body, which is shorthand for potential for hydrogen ion concentration, but moreover scalar energy corrects the entire system near instant, raising the voltage of all body cells at once to optimum levels. This is the exact healing technology behind the exotic regenerative scalar wave healing medical bed. As you know, you can obviously do other things to raise the pH of your body, and we cannot tell you how important this is. The cause of low cell voltage or low pH level is due to electron stealing. An example of this would be an unhealthy free radical cell roaming the body looking for an unsuspecting healthy cell to rob of a valuable electron. The solution to low cell voltage is to add more electron donors. Scalar waves restore cellular voltage back to optimum levels faster and more efficiently than any other method. However, Here are some other ways to gain electrons and increase cell voltage. Add antioxidants like vitamin C or glutathione. Be exposed to low-level laser therapy. Ingest citrus and vinegars. Be in running or moving water. Be exposed to far UV rays and gamma rays. Ingest unprocessed natural energy foods. Drink alkaline water and sodium bicarbonate in water. Be in the sunshine, the fresh air and wind, and be near the ocean if possible. Himalayan pink salt is the #1 earth element that increases cell voltage, not to mention it contains 84 trace minerals. You can also receive a super electron charge when you soak in a sea salt bath. An infusion of sea salt will literally bring you back to life, and fast. Be grounded with your skin touching the earth as much as you can. Also, don't forget to keep your crystals nearby, and meditate for at least 1 hour per day. These natural rituals and ways of living will have a profound healing effect on your entire being. Then we heard someone say, "I want disclosure now. When can I have my med bed?" Well, you can have the different parts of it right now. We suggest you learn how to connect all the parts together. Some downsized, back-engineered ET technology used in scalar healing medbeds that raise cell voltage. The Cosmotic Healing Device, the ENS Healing Device, and the Scalar Healing Device. Simply start researching these devices and learn what they can do. They are the real deal and they work. This stuff is still quite expensive, but so were mobile phones and computers when they first came out, and the prices are coming down on this exotic tech each month. It's important to note that these items are marketed to the public as pain relief devices. However, this is not even close to what they can do. We encourage you to look at these scalar devices from a higher consciousness angle and through alternative sources to see what they really are, and what they are ultimately capable of. The Cosmotic Device uses true AI and is said to have a form of living consciousness when it touches the body. It sends a mild scalar wave through every cell of the body, sends a report of each cell's voltage back to the device, then sends a signal back to the cells, adjusting the cell's voltage back to optimum levels. Now, here is some other back-engineered ET technology, available to you now that uses scalar energy to heal and regenerate the body. Currently, this technology is mostly used by medical professionals in the aesthetics industry, but it is becoming more and more available to the general public. It is wise to approach these technologies in an intelligent, positive, and responsible manner. PRP and stem cell therapy has astounding implications in not only aesthetics but in wound and body healing, anti-aging, and total body systems regeneration. HIFU therapy, which uses high-intensity focused ultrasound, LED light therapy and low-level color laser therapy. PEMF devices such as the biomodulator, which is a real mini Tesla or Rife machine. A2M, alpha-2 macroglobulin therapy. Orgone, hyperbaric oxygen and ozone therapy. Far ultraviolet, UV, light therapy. Infrared light therapy. And telomerase genetic therapy. Again, look into credible alternative sources about these amazing healing therapies and you will see how they are all connected to scalar wave healing technology. Great one. Every system built into modern healing and regeneration med beds was also built into your amazing body, biocomputer system, and your body has a level of built-in intelligence that makes AI look like a joke. Your body systems are incredibly advanced, were well thought out, and were pre-programmed by incredible intelligences to heal and rejuvenate, using the natural scalar energy of the ether that is around you. As part of our work each day, we are around hundreds of powerful crystals, and we can tell you they emit a field of energy that is very transformative and healing. This crystal energy field also acts as a power amplifier, greatly boosting our manifestation ability. This crystal energy field in our sacred space is the magnificent scalar energy the ancient Lemurians worked with and is the energy that can heal the world. This divine energy is totally available to you right now, if you seek it. Great one. Many of you remember the ancient healing chambers of Lemuria, and most of you have traveled out during sleep to lie for a few hours in an extraterrestrial healing and rejuvenation chamber. Your ancient eyes are opening more and more, and the information of how all of your technology works is flowing back to you now. As your DNA evolves, You are gaining intelligence and your consciousness is expanding to levels where, what seemed impossible before, suddenly looks quite simple and possible now. You have received light, dear one, and now you are full of light. Meditate on what was said here and you will see new levels of healing come into your life and your body that did not exist before. You sent your healing intent out to the universe and it was heard and received. From this day forward, take the best care of your body and give it the natural healing energy it needs to sustain you indefinitely. Now, Great One, you will begin to heal and you shall be made whole. Thank you for the spiritual work you are doing and for coming to Earth to assist at this time. Let us know if you remember your time in the majestic ancient Lemurian healing temples and if you astral travel to higher dimensional healing chambers during sleep. We now send powerful healing energy into your being, so tonight be sure to say, I am healed and I am healthy, before you sleep, and it shall be so. Divine blessings and Godspeed. Michael and the Pleiadians. 5DEarthProject.com. AndaraEnterprise.com. Special credit and acknowledgement to the Earth Alliance, Emery Smith, Randy Kramer, the Great White Brotherhood, the White Dragon Society, Pleiadian Codename, Cobra, the Guardians of Earth and the Sphere Being Alliance.